Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Welcome to a little Outbreak video. Um, so you've decided you want to try Outbreak. You can't really find anything that'll tell you the easiest way to get started. Well, I'm gonna mostly focus on getting weapon XP here because that's how I use it. But you could do things a little differently if you wanted longevity, high rounds. I haven't really gone past 5 myself because, well, as I said, I mostly use it for weapon XP. So for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and probably use either the FAR 83 or the LC10. Pick whatever field upgrade you're most comfortable with. My personal favorite is Frost Blast. And if you're doing this for a challenge, either for the Outbreak event, didn't realize this was going to do this to me. You know, you need to defeat elites or maybe eliminate them exfil 3 times, or I believe some of the operators have challenges. Go ahead and make sure you either pick something that's going to help you get there, or of course equip the operator skin because you need to be wearing that skin for it. If you want, you can use a token. I'm going to go ahead and not because I don't need to, and I'm probably not going to play after this video. But if you were doing this differently for round longevity, quite honestly, it doesn't really matter what weapon you take. You're probably going to replace it as soon as you can anyway with something that you get as a drop, because it's going to have a higher damage tier from the start, and it's just going to save you salvage, which is one of the in-game currency things that you get during zombies or Outbreak. And there's really no reason to hold on to what you start with, again, unless you want XP for that particular weapon. And again, pick whatever perk you're comfortable with for getting as far as you can if that's your goal. So Outbreak is pretty straightforward. We're going to load in here in a second, and we're going to have an objective. They're going to explain it, and it's going to show up on the map, and it's always going to tell you what that objective is. Let's go ahead and we'll use the LC10. So we're loading in, we're getting dropped off. We have our gun, our gas mask. You don't have to use this skin.
Welcome back, strike team. Let's go get him. Requiem disruptor satellite is moved into position, ready to kick in the front door. We're on it, Carver. Uplink terminal should be just ahead.
Alright, so realistically, if say you saw the exfil thing in the Outbreak event, if all you wanted to do was complete that, you could just run straight to this. If you know how to play the game even remotely, you can probably just do the main objective. It will spawn something, we'll go over that later when it spawns, but it'll spawn something that'll allow you to exfil, and you can just go ahead and exfil. It's actually just that simple. You can probably just buy a death machine or something, and it'll allow you to exfil pretty quickly. Let's see, can I spy the vehicle? I don't really want to make a run for it, but I at least want to ping it. Well, you can see the little cars on the map. Those are the vehicles. You can grab them if you want. If you're after weapon XP, I mean, I don't not recommend them, but if you're gonna run over zombies, then what's the point? Again, unless you're doing a challenge or you want to do some sort of, like, you know, if you want to travel faster, it's okay. But if you're running over the zombies, you're not getting weapon XP, so what the hell is the point? So I tend to not use it. I just go ahead and kill the zombies. And this is our green salvage. It's one of the currencies. You can use that to go ahead and level up your weapons. And on the mini-map, I guess this is the full map, but you can also see it on the mini-map, you'll see a few different side missions here, side objectives we'll call them. They're not always on every map, and it's not always the same on every map. They have sort of different stages. I kind of suggest you maybe either get some armor or level up a little bit, you know, maybe pack a puncher gun before you do them, or get Juggernog as a perk. It'll really make it a lot easier. Or oh, we should be fine actually, as long as we have this stim shot, and maybe get us our little X down there, our little perk point thing, whatever it's called, our field upgrade. but we're gonna do one of them. I'm not gonna bother doing both of them in this instance, but I highly recommend you do it either for weapon XP or for getting as high rounds as possible, just because you have the potential to get better guns, including the ray gun and ray K or the wonder weapon, as well as free perks, free, you know, weapons, higher tier weapons usually, and that's where, you know, trading out your weapon comes into play there, especially if you're, you know, if you're not interested in weapon XP for whatever you brought and you just want something better as soon as possible, or if it's a better version of what you got, just go ahead and pick it up and use it. Alright, so there's a few different ones. You can see the dragon on the mini map. I don't know why I'm calling it a mini map. On the big map, that's a different mission. I'm not going to bother doing that one, but it's pretty similar to this. This you have to survive basically, or kill all the enemies before this timer runs out. That beam is a little timer. I don't believe you actually have to be near it to complete it, but you know, if you go too far away, you might find it a little difficult, I suppose, to find the enemies and kill them in time. Alright, let's go and stun this dude because, oh, I missed. But because he teleports around and he's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Alright. Probably be easier if I could actually aim. So you don't really have to worry about not completing this in time. You still get a reward, I just think it's not as good. Alright. So this is what I was talking about. Here's some blue salvage. We already picked up and showed the green. This will give us full power in the bottom right. Our field upgrade, it gives us one stage of that, I suppose. So if say you brought the stoner to train with, here's your stoner. You may as well stop bringing or using the one you brought. I get that it might not have the perks you want. You can change that later, and you'll still be saving points probably. But this will be considerably stronger than whatever you brought. And also, it'd probably be pretty good if, say, you needed the long shot kill challenge or something. Can I even see anything from there? There we go. Oh, was that not one? Apparently there's one right there. But your main goal should really just be to get kills. You want kills for points so that you can get more kills more easily and survive longer. Either way. And obviously you just change your strategy of what gun you're using to get those kills. Now I suggest you don't really go past round 3, if you want to call them rounds, map 3, stage 3. Your third warp, if it's about weapon XP. Just because even with a Pack Punch 3 gun, it's not particularly difficult. It's definitely doable to get 4 and 5 done. And of course anything after. It's just I feel like the return on your time invested just isn't worth it. You know, you can do, I think, rounds 1 through 3 in the time it takes you to do 4 and 5. And I don't believe you get any more real XP than you would otherwise. There's also wall buys as in normal zombies. Let's see if we can approach this one real quick. There are chests, I believe I've shown one off, where you can still get more weapons at sea. We just got it. I was hoping to get a weapon. Yeah, your main goal is just to kill and get XP, if that's what you're here for, or otherwise complete your little side mission here. So we have a wall gun. If, say, you had an M16 as your gun and you wanted to train it, you could go ahead and buy that off the wall, and it'll be slightly stronger than what you had. But you don't have to. On occasion, you'll find large salvage piles. I think those give you 50. As well as these essence. So the essence is literally just money. And we're going to go ahead and use our money here in a second to buy Juggernog. So this is our Wonder Fizz. There's more armor. So in the other zombie modes, you might notice these are usually separate with maybe a Wonder Fizz that you have to unlock later. But here, this is the only way to get perks other than getting them for free, either as a drop from a boss kill or from one of those rewards from completing a side objective, I'll call them. So I'm going for Juggernog. That window broke for nothing. Don't worry about it. It happens. Um, I prefer Juggernaut. Next, I do Stamina Up, and then probably Speed Cola. Then the rest don't really matter. Probably Deadshot though is my, if I had to choose. Otherwise, I don't really care. But those are like the three main ones in my opinion, that matter the most. All right, looks like we have an eliminate as our main goal.
The dimensional disruptor breaches the dark ether and forces an Apex HVT into our world. Good kill on site, strike team. All Apex targets are priority 1.
All right, I'm gonna clear the zone real quick. All right. If you were doing this not for a video to explain how to do the basics, you would probably just go ahead and wait to do this until you pack a punched your gun. And you would do that by going to do that dragon in the corner there. Maybe do a couple of trials. And I'll go ahead and show what the trials are later, because I don't particularly need to do them right now. I should be good to go with what I'm doing here. So each objective is different, and on each map it's probably going to be different. You could get 2 high value targets in a row if you wanted. I mean, I guess not if you wanted, if it happened to work out that way. You could also get 2 escort missions in a row, or 3, or however many. Ooh, this is the first time I've had one of these as a boss, I think. Oh, never mind. I thought it was a Tempest from the purple. So this is pretty straightforward. You just have to eliminate the target. There are ones where you're on a timer and you have to do something very specific. This is actually probably the worst one I could have gotten for skipping out on some of the steps. Luckily, I do have this gun that is already leveled up for me. They're going to despawn, right? Oh, I guess not. They must be actually from here. So all I need to do in this instance is chase him around the map and kill him. But there are ones where you have to go retrieve certain items. You have to hold out in a zone for a time period. There are sort of like time trial-y things, defend the zone things. It's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is follow directions for these. But I can definitely understand having a little bit of difficulty getting started. You know, and not necessarily understanding, I guess, what to do, but like in seeing what you should be doing, because it's a large map. You know, if you don't know zombies, maybe you don't know you'll slowly do more or less damage, you know, if you don't pick up perks and or pack-a-puncher stuff on a regular basis. All right, maybe you're unfamiliar. Maybe this is your introduction to zombie stuff. So typically, like I said, I'd recommend you actually pack a punch before doing this, because then I'd have been able to use my actual gun against them pretty easily, and then I'd get XP and potentially camos for that. You'll notice we got some stuff. We got our own little kill streak out of that. You can see the pack-a-punch, that's that symbol on the map. It's right up there. I'm actually not going to visit it at the moment. There's other things over there that you can use for upgrading your stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and wait to do that. That beam is the mystery box. I don't need to visit that, but if, say, you wanted to get the Ray K and the Ray Gun, that would be something you need to visit. You'd need to spend your 1,000 points per on that. I know the anomaly's the other way. I'm going to the trial machine. I'm going to accept a trial. I don't particularly need it, but like I said, I want to show that you can do trials. And they're not always the same. You know, there's some where you have to stay in the sky and parachute. There's ones where you have to kill a specific enemy. I guess an enemy type, you know. You have to do close range kills. Let's see what we get. Multiple kills as quickly as possible. This is probably one of the, I'd say easier ones, but it also depends on what you've done. You know, if you've killed everything in the region of the trial, that could be kind of a curse. You know, if there's nothing left for you to get kills on, right? You could spend the whole 4 minutes looking for something to quickly kill. So this should probably get us a stage real quick. Oh, really? Okay. I guess that wasn't too fast. I'll give him that. Alright, what if we do this? Well, I was hoping to get at least one reward tier. Oh, well, I guess I'm not going to get a reward tier because I'm very bad at the game. But what you do is you get rewards, and the more you can pull it off, the higher your reward can become. To a certain extent, I think it gets up to the legendary tier, in which case you end up with some pretty good stuff, hopefully, and hopefully you get your 500 to 1,000 plus points you've spent on... Oh, there we go, we got a reward comment. I'm not going to loot it because I don't need it, but, you know, hopefully you would get your 500 points and then some back. If you're going to do this for yourself, you know, for weapon XP or for, you know, longevity, you're going to actually want to do the trials if you can. You could end up getting a trial that maybe you can't really do too easily because, you know, it costs 500 points to parachute the best way, I should say, per parachute. Those are those jump pads, the things with the arrows on the mini map, or the full map, I should say. So you could end up easily spending more points than it's worth getting, and so I won't recommend getting that unless you want to like climb to the top of this building and parachute out every time. But if you're just after trying to get out, you go to your anomaly, and that'll summon actually everything here. So you don't have to travel across the whole map. If you're about to go to your next stage or you're about to exfil, you don't have to travel all around the map to, you know, gear up or something or level up. All you have to do is go to your anomaly. It'll summon your things. This handsome devil here is who you go to either upgrade your weapons using green salvage for the first 2 tiers of this, or the first 2 tiers of that, or the blue high grade salvage for the final 2 tiers of your weapon, or for your final tier of armor, as well as you can use green salvage to fully restore your armor. If you needed to, say, buy extra perks, you could go ahead and do that. As I mentioned, my personal, you know, you need pretty much is Juggernog unless you're very nimble and you know what you're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and pack a punch this gun real quick. I like to use explosive rounds because it's the newest one, and also it's the best against one of the particular bosses, and it's not bad against the other ones. Beyond that, if say you have a challenge that requires stim shots for an operator, you can buy them here if you're not going to wait for them to be dropped. They are pretty common as a drop. You know, any of these will cost you green salvage. Again, green salvage for the lethals, and blue salvage if you need, say, a napalm strike for your operator skins, or for the Outbreak challenge or something, right? Death machine kills. You can go ahead and buy those. And once you've gotten everything you think you're needed for either exfil or you just wanted to prepare for the next stage, exfil is the same as the other exfil. You'll call in a chopper. I think there's a few designated places it can spawn on each map. You'll have a timer based on which map or which spot, as well as I guess which map, but you'll have a timer to reach a certain stage. So let's say I had to exfil over there, it'd probably be like a minute or something. I don't think there is one. I think there's actually one up here, but there'll be a timer, and you have to go make it there within that timer, clear a landing zone for the chopper to land and exfil. It's pretty straightforward. It's actually probably the hardest thing you'll do. I find the death machine is best for it, personally. You can literally just run by the horde of zombies if you want, and then just death machine once you're in the exfil point, if you want easy exfils. Or if, say, you pack a punch, you know, you just upgrade all your stuff, you want to go to your next stage, this is where you warp. And so, again, if you want weapon XP, you're just focusing on either the weapon you brought or something good you picked up that you wanted XP for. And if you want high, I guess, rounds, I'll call them, you're going to be hopefully looking for at least one of the ray guns, the wonder weapons work fine. I think there's just the die machine. I haven't seen anything other than that. What do they call it? The die. They call it something else. It's the DIE shockwave. That's what it is. It still does damage past like round 4 or 5, but I find that it's hard to get ammo for it because you can't really use its secondary attack to kill zombies very quickly.
Strike team, we've lost comms with a scientific research unit at a mobile data station in your region.
Strike team, proceed to the coordinates and assess the situation.
Right. So you'll notice we still have our reward. We can go gather that. So if you didn't want to go across the map, you didn't have to. And it looks like our main objective is there as well. Let's see if I can ping it.
Designate an objective.
Oh, I can. Okay. Well, you can see it's different this time. Instead of eliminate, it says defend. We have a different objective. We could end up with the same exact objective twice in a row. Maybe it'd be a different boss. Maybe it'd be the exact same boss. I don't know. There's really no telling. It's sort of random. You can see we have the dragon thing we can do again, and I don't think we have another side objective for us to do. But you can see the location of things is different. They're pretty spread out. I think the location of like the Pack-a-Punch and the Wonder Fizz and whatnot are always the same. The mystery box I think is different. It depends. And you do have to chase it around if you don't get what you want, and it gives you a little teddy bear. On this particular map, you can use the snowmobiles if you'd like. You know, attach a C4. But again, if what you want is weapon XP, I mean, you can ride them if you want, but why kill zombies with a snowmobile? Unless it's just for fun, I guess. But if you want weapon XP, you may as well kill them with the weapon you want. Anyway, I don't see a reason to continue here. I feel like I've given the very basics. Hopefully you're better than me now. Most likely you're better than me now, quite honestly. You know how to read the map. You can see there's objectives to do. There's points of interest. And it's as simple as following directions for the main objective to get, say, your exfils or, you know, get a few rounds worth. And it's as simple as that. And in order to be able to very simply beat the next stages of bosses, all you really have to do is farm a little bit of zombie kills, get yourself a Pack-a-Punch gun. You know, I'd try and have Pack-a-Punch 2 by the time you're at your second round, or by the time you're done with it at the very least, if not by the time you're doing your second objective, your main objective I should say. Particularly if all you want is weapon XP. And again, I would finish round 3 and just exfil at the end of your third one if what you want is weapon XP, because I feel that after round 3 it's just, it takes longer to kill the zombies and it's not worth it comparatively. But again, if you want higher rounds, your goal should be getting the Ray K and the Ray Gun and hopefully Pack-a-Punching them, and they'll be considerably better than pretty much anything else you've picked up. But I'd say that's about it, other than, you know, maybe you can see this as, you know, so if you're playing solo, something you can pause. So if you're on a burner or something, I get not burner in this. I don't know when this is the first time I've ever said burner, by the way. If say you're busy, right, and you're playing this game, and you got something to go do, right? Pause it. You can come back, get your XP. It's something you can do like over time. You know, you can do like an objective, pause, go do your homework or something, and do your work, whatever you got to do. You know, it's something you can pretty easily get away with pausing, and it's just some nice free weapon XP on the side, for example. If that's how you want to train your guns. Like, you say you don't have time to play Warzone and you want your weapons ready for Warzone when you're going to play later, you can have this going a little bit in the background and slowly level yourself up and have some free XP going, shall we say. I think that's about all I have to say for the very basics. There's not much else to it. It's very simple. Level up your weapons, get yourself some armor, pack a punch your weapons and whatever weapon you want to use, and just survive, and follow the objectives. It's as simple as doing side objectives, main objective, pack a punch. If you have things you need to do, use your kill streak, right? Get your kills, get your crit kills, get your stim shots, whatever you need to do. It's just normal game, but with strictly AIs. So if you have any questions, comments, tweet them at me, leave them in the comments below. Whatever you need to do, let me know. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I happened to help you. This came about because of someone from the stream who I feel like saying confused might sound a little rude, but they didn't really know what to do for Outbreak, because it's just, they were foreign to zombies, and they said they couldn't find any videos on how to do it, so I thought I'd go ahead and make this. And I hope it was able to help. I know I kind of already helped them, but I hope it was able to help someone else who's looking for a video on this, on how to get started and how to do the basics, and what you can use it for, and what I use it for. And again, if you have questions, let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see the next one. All that good shit. Have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I really need to learn how to end these things better, but I have the big dumb, and have a fantastic whatever. I already said that. Jesus. Also, bye.